As I think all of you understand, the events of Sunday and since were heartbreaking, not only for the Air Force, but for all of America. The offenses for which the shooter in Texas was court-martialed should have been reported. And that's why we launched a full-scale review of this case and all others like it. Since Sunday night, the Air Force Inspector General has talked to about 100 people involved in this case. We are looking at all of our databases, and if we have problems that we find, we'll fix them. Our approach here is to act in accordance with our values, which include integrity and excellence, and that's the way we're proceeding.
And I'd like to echo Secretary Wilson's comments and offer our sincere and heartfelt condolences to the families of the victims of this awful attack in Sutherland Springs. You need to know that given its close proximity to both Randolph and Lackland Air Force bases, this is a community with extensive ties to the Air Force. In fact, 12 of the 26 victims of this attack are directly connected to the Air Force, either members or with family ties. And so we're ensuring that all of our resources are being made available to the families of all the victims, to include use of San Antonio Military Medical Center, what we call SAMC, that's already treated 8 victims of the shooting.
The harder issue is actually the database, making sure that we've scrubbed the database, and we're working actually 24/7 operations to go through that entire database, initially back to 2002, and then once that database is complete, we have another one that goes back to 1996, and that'll take a longer time.
The Air Force should not be able to self-police itself. How do you respond to that?
Our responsibility is to look at what happened here and then why. The Office of the Secretary of Defense is also, and our Inspector General is working with the other Inspector Generals in the other services, as well as the Office of the Secretary of Defense, who is looking across the entire enterprise. We are being very transparent with the other services, as well as working directly in coordination with the Office of the Secretary of Defense Inspector General.
Can I offer too that, we're a we're a profession of arms, and the Secretary said we're a values-driven organization. And what you're also seeing is as soon as we determined through our investigation that procedures weren't followed, we came forward. And that's how professional organizations handle themselves.